Okay, Shabbat Shalom to everyone again, to our listening audience. We thank Yahuwah for another opportunity to come back into his house and to hear his word and to receive what the Ruach is saying to us this morning. And I just praise him, and I'm going to ask Minister Robin to come on and begin the teaching this morning. Just prepare your hearts and your minds to receive. Amen? Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Is anybody happy to be here today? Yeah, I am. I'm a little tired, but I'm glad to be here. Once again, I don't really know how to get into this, but I am. And if anybody knows me, knows that I ask questions all the time. I ask questions even when you've answered them 50 times. I might ask 50 more times because I'll be wanting to know, you know. And so even coming into this this truth, and I had time to prepare, but I'm learning how the Father works sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't give it to you when it's convenient. You know, sometimes it be crunch time, or it give it to you in a inconvenience of you got something going on or whatever. But so I'm gonna give you what he gave me, and I pray right now in the mighty name of Yahushua that Father, send your Ruach to help me, Father, express this and do the very best I can with your help, Father, and letting your people know what you've shown me right in the scriptures, Father. Hallelujah. So I've been wondering, okay, you know, we've been teaching here. Pastor's been teaching here. He's been online teaching, all that type of stuff. And just putting out information, and there's been kickback. We already know there's been a kickback, you know, whether it be from them or us or whomever it may be. You know what I'm saying? There's been some kickback. And I was, Pastor was like, well, Rob, you know, I would like for you to, you know, bring the word or whatever next time. And I'm like, Pastor, my first thing, I ain't got nothing. So, but anyway, so I'm asking, nothing. And I was just on the way to work, and I was in bed. And this is what he gave me. Let's read a little bit today. Is that okay? Let's see what the Father is saying. We don't have to listen to me. Let's see. Let's turn to Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 17. Yes, Jeremiah 17. Very familiar passage as always. Should be anyway to us. But Jeremiah 17, and I'm going to be reading verses 1 through 10. The sin of Yehuda is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. That's colon. That means stop. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altars. Now, what I'm about to read is going to kind of give us the answer about the stuff that Brother Donald was singing about and what Pastor just got done talking about. Verse 2, while the children remember their altars and their Asherah poles by the green trees upon the high hills, O my mountains in the fields, I will give you your substance and all your treasures to the spoil, and your high places for sin throughout all your borders. And you, even yourself, shall discontinue from your heritage that I gave you. And I will cause you to serve your enemies in the land which you know not. For you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Thus says Yahuwah. And I'm reading out of the Sefer Bible, by the way, sorry. Thus says Yahuwah, cursed be the man that trusts in man and makes flesh his arm, and whose heart departs from Yahuwah. For he shall be like the juniper in the desert, and shall not see when good comes, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, and a salt land and not inhabited. Baruch is the man that trusts in Yahuwah, and whose hope Yahuwah is. All right. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, that spreads out her roots by the rivers, and shall not see when heat comes, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, Yahuwah, search the heart. I try the mind, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. I just read you the answer. That's what's going on. The problem we've been talking about is levels to this and all this type of stuff. This is the issue. It's a heart issue. See, my problem is I've been waiting for the sky to open and the light to shine a certain way. No, it's right there. The problem with me, and you had to say that about yourself, but I know my problem, it's a heart issue. Because, listen, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? All right, let's read Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3. My son, I like how the Sefer reads it. My son, forget not my Torah, but let your heart guard my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to you. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them about your neck, write them upon the table of your heart. So shall you find favor and good understanding in the sight of Eluah and man. Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart. There go that heart again. And lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahuwah and depart from evil. All right. We're going to come back, but let's read Proverbs 4. Proverbs 4, the fourth chapter, the fourth verse. We're going to read 4 through 7, and then we're going to skip down to 23, and that'll be our verses. Proverbs 4, starting with verse number 4. He taught me also and said unto me, let your heart retain my words, guard my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall guard you. Love her, and she shall keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all your getting, get an understanding. All right, verse 23. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. That sums everything up. A lot of the responses that we're getting is because of a heart issue. Lean not to your own understanding. We are trying to stand under what we feel versus what the Most High says or said. What a person says they are standing on, that's what they're under. Understanding. I was even asking them about that. Understanding. Understanding. We're trying to stand. When you say let me just read this. Okay, example. This is a popular saying my daughter said all the time. I stand on business. Or we're really saying this is the truth, right? But my question is based on what? Feelings, reasoning, assumptions, allegedly. Well, to me, looking versus seeing and on and on. Our understanding has nothing to do with feelings, but it's supposed to be on laws, orders, and the commands, his Torah, his will, and his way. All the things listed above, they stand on the Torah. Do they stand on the Torah, his laws and commands of the Most High? What our feelings and all this type of stuff can you put it with the Torah? And if you cannot take those things and put it with the Torah, you can't stand on it. So therefore, you have limited understanding. When you stand under what's above you, and if that is the foundation of Yahuwah, then you can lean on him. And all of this starts with the heart. Does that make sense what I'm saying? He says, lean not, Proverbs 3, And I'm talking about this may be simple math to y'all, but it blew my mind because I had to go examine, it's best to start at the house. You know what I'm saying? Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. See, what I'm learning is, no, we got to go back to Jeremiah. Above all things, the heart is wicked. Let me go back to that. I want to say it just right. That's it. That's where I want to go right there. That's where I want to go. Let me find it. Because I got some words too. I looked up some of those words because I'm learning that even though I think I may know what a word means, you better go try to find out what it really is. All right, Jeremiah 17. Okay. The heart is deceitful above all things. There's a lot of deceitful things out here. But your heart, our heart, is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? All right. Deceitful, trickery, treachery, lying to ensnare, take in, beguile, cheat. So the heart is full of deceit. Then it says, and desperately wicked. Desperately, without care for safety, extremely rash, driven to reckless by despair, having a great desire for extremely serious foolishness, done or resorted to without regard for consequences. Wicked, evil in principle or practice, morally perverse, addicted to vice. And then that word wicked, take wick, means bad, wicked, false. Okay? So if Jeremiah is saying the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, who can know it? Let's go right back to Proverbs 3. Let's go back to Proverbs 3, okay? And then I'm going to be done. Proverbs 3. The very first verse, it tells us to do what? My son, forget not my Torah, but let your heart guard my commandments. How can your heart guard the commandments, the Torahs of the Most High, when you deceitful and you desperately wicked? That means we're going to have to search our heart. Even when we think we okay, we're going to have to double back and make sure it is what it is, compared to his Torah and his commandments. That's why it's hard for us or some people to come out of Christianity, because the heart has been deceived. It's full of deceit. And so they're trying to guard and stand on the laws and commands in the Torah of the Most High Yahuwah. Yeah, you got this name part, but it ain't no changing because your heart has deceived you, making you think you good. But he says, he tries it. See, a lot of times we fail the test because we don't know that the test is in session. Whatever he said, lean not to your own understanding, right? So when we do that, the test coming. Oh, okay, you got this? Okay, let's see. And I'm looking back over my life, I'm seeing that I failed miserably a lot of times. And that's pretty much the message. I'm talking about it ain't deep, it ain't simple. We need a heart change. Because what I'm even learning, most of the things that we're trying to stand on, we're coming into the understanding, we're trying to stand on those things, and it's not with the laws and commands, the Torah of the Most High. So you're under your feelings and trying to lean on Yahuwah. That's sinking sand. I'm telling you, that hit me like a ton of bricks. Understanding. So I'm trying to stand, and when you take a stand, what you're standing on is now you're under that. So when we stand on the Torah, on the laws and commands of the Father, the instruction of the Father, now he's over us. And when we're standing on his word and what he said do, he's now over us. Now we can lean on him. That's why a lot of times we try to lean on what we think and feel, and it fall. It come apart. We lose people, places, and things because you standing on something, thinking it's this, but it ain't. Now you lean, you done fail because it wasn't him. And that's why a lot of, like the pastor just said, a lot of us are going to miss the boat. Because the heart is deceitful, making me think I'm good. That spoke volumes to me. It was a straight gut check, and it made me go back and look at some things. And if we do the work, we'll double back and try to get those things right, whatever it may be. Pastor, I've even learned this. A lot of the, how you say it, tafillah, the prayers, I'm trying to learn, y'all. A lot of the prayers and stuff that we have up before Yahuwah, they don't get answered because in your heart, you think you're ready for them. No, you are deceived. You have been deceived by your own heart, and you are desperately wicked. That's why we ain't got it. He said, who can know it? Nobody knows it but him. And then he's going to try you to see if that's really what it is. I know it ain't one of them running around screaming messages, but it understand. See, I feel like, and I've been talking about feelings, but according to my observation, it's like we're supposed to be starting out, look at school pre-K, but you're taking somebody in pre-K that say they're ready for a 12th grade graduation. This is the awakening. It's a process. Some of us are in pre-K, some of us are in 7th grade, some of us are in college already, but ain't nobody got their masters yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the heaviest part of this. The heaviest part of this for me was lean not to your own understanding. I'm trying to stand and not knowing what I'm trying to stand on is now over me. And we fight it tooth and nail, not knowing you're wrong because what you're standing on is wrong. It does not line up with the Torah. It does not line up with what his word says. It does not line up with the instruction that was given to the one that was appointed to tell you what to do. And then you're trying to lean. No. Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart. Now, don't get me wrong. I think we discussed this, Pastor. Our feelings can lead us to something, but it ain't designed for you to stand on it. We all have them, and they're real. They're yours, but that don't mean you're right. You only be right when it lines up with what the Father say. But most of the time, whomever, don't double back and check to see what the Father say. We say what Big Mama said. If you make one step, he make two. I ain't read that yet. It might be in there. I baruch the Father. He helped me with this. It ain't, see, we trying to go over in the deep end, man. We still in shallow water. We ain't even know how to check our own heart. And we can't check it because it's full of deceit. And then I'm talking about it. He said it's desperately wicked. You fiending for wickedness and you don't even know it. Because when you get set free, delivered, whatever you may want to call it on one level. I read somewhere you got 92 more levels to go. I read somewhere that it says it's 93 rooms in the body. You just in room number 1. You got the rest of the house to clean. And if you ain't careful, you'll go clean that room. And if you don't clean it right, it'll double. That would be dirty when you turn around. He said, my son, forget not my Torah, but let your heart guard my commandments. How you going to guard it when your heart ain't right? Guard, to keep watch. Guard, protect, maintain, preserve, perceive, watch out for. Guard it. Our senses are messed up. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's all right there in the word. That's what he told. He said, Rob, it's in the word. All you got to do is just look. Father, why am I not advancing? It's your heart. Father, why I ain't got my husband? It's in your heart. Father, why I ain't got my wife? It's in your heart. He said the issues of life. All right. Now let me see this. Problems and issues. They're normally used together, but those are two separate things. Problems generally refers to something that needs to be fixed or solved, while an issue is a topic of discussion or concern and may or may not require an immediate solution. In essence, a problem is a specific solvable obstacle, while an issue is a broader area of debate and consideration. So he said the issues of life come out of the heart. So those issues are broad, debatable, and you need to take them into consideration, because a problem, you see what it is, there's a solution for it. But those issues, you're going to search that thing out. So he's telling us this heart thing, you're going to search it out. I can't get right because my heart. I was telling someone the other day, bruh, I know what I feel, but I know what's true. And a lot of times when you got some Yahuwah in you, when you get in the situation, it'll come up, but a lot of times your feelings override. It's deceitful and desperately wicked because you want your way. So you would disregard the truth. Yasharel, we've said it a million times, but we need to begin again. And those that are want to rebuttal against the truth, you don't want to accept that the chosen is the chosen and you may be who you are, you can't accept it because your heart has deceived you. To Yasharel that thinks that this is some type of voodoo, white magic lies and conspiracy stuff. No, you think Christianity is it. Your heart has deceived you. So what we need to do, Pat, we need to work on the transitioning of our heart. And the only way we can do that is to know his word. So when we know his word, we can get a better understanding and not lean to our own. You see what I'm saying? So when we become full of his word, we can stand on his word. And then we'll be under Yahuwah, then we can lean on him. You was talking about Caleb the other day. Caleb didn't just, hey, I'm with y'all. No. That man had to check his heart, because when he went in there and fought, he had to kill some of his own folks that he knew. That was a heart thing. You got to have a made-up mind. It's right there. It's all in the word. And the only way we can do this, people, is if we hold and commit and do exactly what he said. Who can know it? Does anybody want Yahuwah to know their heart? He already know it. But do you want him to know it? I need him to know it. Even though I know he know, I need him to know it to tell me so I can do my best to get it right. Because I don't want to be full of deceit and desperately wicked and not know it. That's how a lot of people ain't going to make it. Depart from me, you work of iniquity. I never knew you. They'll get there on that day and realize that their heart was full of deceit. And that's all I have. That's all I have, Pastor. That's all I have.
I give praise to Yahuwah for that word that Minister Robin just brought unto us. All praise unto him. We need to even know these basic things. Just like I always say, we're still, cutting up and fussing about many of us about where the land is and all that kind of stuff. And then we're missing these little subtle things that's in our heart that can actually hold us and keep us back. So it's good to go back into these things and to show us what Yahuwah is saying and what he is particularly saying about us. Because you're going to have to search yourself. Even like David said, search me, O Yahuwah, and see what's in me. You know what I mean? So David actually gave the Most High an invitation to search his heart. Because when we begin to search it, we're going to always find good, and never bad. Even though the scripture says that the heart is evil and is desperately wicked. You see what I'm saying? It's evil and it's desperately wicked. That's what Yahuwah is saying unto us. He said that. And so David said, search my heart then. We don't want our hearts to be searched a lot of times. We don't want it. Now, people can say what they want to say about good things, when you're doing good and doing good for your people. And I just can't help but to read you this comment that I got. Last Sunday on the live, we were dealing with the renewed covenant and stuff like that, or the new covenant, or however you want to say it, and dealing with our people and even showing the Gentiles what it means to cleave and to really cling to us. And just things that they got to do. And we used the example of Caleb not being of Yasharel, right? And even in that, I get a comment like this, and when I read this comment and say something about it, then we'll be done with it. I get a comment like this here, and trying to help you white folk out. And this white man right here, because I'm going to call your name, Johann Gadal. That's your name. This is what this Gentile said about that teaching on Sunday. He said, our people, just BS. You got me? Our people, what BS? No better than the rest, only with a messy antic flair. Our people, really? So Yahuwah sees color, yet there is no male or female servant. See, he reading the insertions. Don't know what they mean in the New Testament. Yet there is no male or female servant, no bond or free. Everybody the same except color. Our people, then he says this, a trusted friend sent this to me. Yeah, right. A trusted friend sent this to me, wondering how you sleep at night, talking about me, with the money they send. I responded, but I didn't. I'm gonna just show you what I responded with. I really don't know if these are your feelings or your trusted friend's feeling as you say. But anyway, I sleep as anyone else does, with my eyes closed. That was it. That was it. You see? Yeah, that's a good one. You ain't got to get all nasty with these Gentiles. You ain't got to get all nasty with them. I sleep just like anybody else do, with my eyes closed. Because anytime you're doing, if these Gentiles are not totally converted, anytime you're doing something for your people, see, they don't know that they have even if they don't know it by knowledge or by being taught, they have a spiritual connection in their DNA to hold you and I back and to stop you. They might not even know it. You understand me what I'm saying? And it's been taught through, white supremacy and all that kind of stuff. That's what it's been taught through. And, and they don't know that this thing is in them to keep you from being free. But how many know that no one is going to be able to stop this awakening? No one is going to be able to stop this awakening. So, Yohan Kadal, I said what I said. And we do give all praise to the Most High. And, okay, y'all can wind us down, Donald, and just.